Hey guys, and welcome to Footworld News HD. Today we have Wise helping us out here in the recording studio.
Hello. So this week we're not going to have a player of the week or a young player of the week, as it's the day before the transfer deadline and there are a lot of deals and rumors to talk about. So, all of a sudden, Krzysztof Piatek is now set to leave AC Milan to join Hertha Berlin. Although the deal is not confirmed yet, he's in Berlin for his medical ahead of the €27 million move. This is slightly and this is an interesting move, as back in November 2019, he said after AC Milan he would go to a bigger club for €70 million, and yet now he's going to a smaller club for €27 million and $28 million. But it's just slightly funny. What's your opinion on this move, Thiago?
I think it's honestly a good idea because AC Milan, they're getting stronger with Rebic and Ibrahimovic.
Yeah,
I don't really feel like they need him anymore. I think it was a smart move from them. I mean, they're not the richest club, so the money could really, really help them. And yeah, maybe he's good at Berlin, which isn't really a big club, especially.
But he can start, and he'd be their star man, so it can give him a confidence boost. And yeah,
exactly, and it can bring Berlin up in the table.
I think that there are a few other teams that he probably would have rather gone to, and clubs that could have used him more, such as a team that needs a backup striker that is capable of scoring goals. For example, Chelsea or United, who don't even have a starting striker right now with all the injuries. So,
yes, no one really dreams of signing for Berlin, but okay.
So, yeah, that's the update on Piatek, and it has not been confirmed yet. He's having his medical today.
Staying in the topic of Chelsea improving their attack, they're also looking to sign Dries Mertens from Napoli for a really low £5 million.
Yeah, the reasoning for such a low fee is because his contract expires at the end of the year, and he's not really looking to re-sign, as there are a lot of problems in the Napoli board, and the players are sort of revolting against the coaches and stuff. So that could be a really nice buy for Chelsea at such a low price. And especially, in my opinion, this is a better option than Piatek anyway. So if the Piatek deal does fall through and he goes to Hertha Berlin, it's much better to get Mertens anyway. So I don't really think they're at a loss if they do end up getting Mertens.
Yeah, definitely. And also with Mertens, he's a quick guy, so he'll probably give more pace to the Chelsea attack, making the game run faster.
Now we're going to start talking about confirmed transfers. So first up, we're going to do Christian Eriksen to Inter Milan. He signed there yesterday for €20 million. Again, it's a super low fee with his market value being $90 million. And the reason for this is because his contract expires at the end of the year and he wants to leave Spurs.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good move for Inter Milan because Eriksen, he has great vision. He can provide good passes to Lukaku or Lautaro Martinez, and it'll really boost their attack.
Yeah, and it's almost as if Antonio Conte is just stealing players from the Premier League. He signed Victor Moses, Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez, Ashley Young, and now Christian Eriksen. So, yeah, but Inter Milan's title hopes have really been boosted with all these signings, and they're looking like real good contenders to win the league. On another note, Steven Bergwijn has signed for Spurs for €30 million.
Which is $5 million below his market value.
This is an interesting signing, as he's a very good player for PSV, but it's not out of the blue as it was rumored, but it's sort of a weird signing from Spurs' perspective, because I don't really see why they need him.
No, yeah, me neither. Maybe as a substitute, he'll be useful. I mean, if Son gets injured, he'll definitely play.
Yeah, but he's only 22, so from his perspective, it's almost as if he's just signing for a bigger club than PSV.
No, yeah, and in PSV, he was one of their best players, if not their best, and he really helped give them a chance to win the Eredivisie.
And staying in England, this has not been 100% confirmed, but it's almost official. I think he's just undergoing his medical. Bruno Fernandes has is going to sign for Manchester United for around €55 million. Again, €5 million below his market value. This is, it's probably going to help United in the slightest, but knowing Manchester United, it's probably
not gonna
won't
help him,
because they're terrible at managing young talent, And I don't get why he would make this move from his prospect. I mean, in the past, if you look at the past 5 years, the young players that United have signed have all sort of, not all of them have been terrible, but none of them have really lived up to their potential. From Anthony Martial, there's Marcus Rojo. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is maybe the only debatable case, but he hasn't even completed his full first season. So, it's still like Di Maria when he signed, Falcao when he signed. So I don't get why Bruno Fernandes would do this. And yeah, what's your opinion on it, Thiago?
I agree with you. I don't think Manchester United are the best at developing their young talents. I don't think this will be really good for Bruno Fernandes, as he is very talented, and I'm not sure he'll be able to develop that talent in United.
But the one the case that this is relatable to, that could be a great outcome for him, it's the same move Cristiano Ronaldo made.
Well, yes.
From Sporting to Manchester United. Yes, Ronaldo was around 18 years old, and Bruno Fernandes is now 25. But it's still, there are a lot of similarities in this deal, with them both being Portuguese, both moving from Sporting to United. But we'll see how this plays out. In my opinion, it's not the greatest of deals for Bruno Fernandes.
For both,
and I don't even think, and United aren't really in need of this type of player. They much more need a striker.
And I also think it's not going to be that good for Sporting, because he is by far their best player, and they always have to compete with Benfica or Porto to see who wins the Liga NOS. And yeah, this really won't be good for Sporting.
Now, this is not related to what we normally talk about, being soccer, but it was a super tragic event that happened on Saturday. And it was while Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter, and some friends were going to Kobe Bryant's daughter called Gianna's basketball practice. And their helicopter crashed, and all 9 people in the helicopter died, including the pilot. And this is a super tragic event, of course, because he's one of the best athletes of our generation. And, some would even argue of all time. And not only did he have a massive impact on basketball, but he also had a massive impact just on sports in general, and is like a massive figure in the world for many people and inspires tons of people.
Yeah, you could see on Instagram and YouTube that many football players were paying their condolences to Kobe. It really affected many people.
Yeah, and even just after scoring goals, for example, Neymar would celebrate by doing number 24, and basketball players the night after would change a number to one of the numbers Kobe Bryant would play with, and some of them are even just officially changing their numbers for the rest of the season. So it has had a massive impact on just sports as a whole. And yeah, on to match of the week. And this week, my match of the week is going to be on Saturday, February 1st in the Premier League, and it's Leicester versus Chelsea at 1:30. I think this is a big game because it's 3rd versus 4th in the Premier League. Leicester 3rd, Chelsea 4th. And yes, the point gap isn't really the biggest, but it's a very important game for Chelsea, because if they lose and the team in 5th, Manchester United, win their game, there's only a 3-point gap between the two. So it's very important that Chelsea at least get 1 point off this game. And if they do win, they can catch up to Leicester. So, yeah, what's your game of the week, Thiago?
My game of the week would be Manchester City-Tottenham. Even though it's not going to really impact Tottenham in the table, unless they pass Manchester United, it's still very impactful for Manchester City, because if they win, they can get a margin on Leicester City.
Especially if Leicester lose to Chelsea, because if Leicester beat Chelsea and City lose to Spurs, then Leicester are tied on points with Manchester City.
Yeah, so definitely a game to watch out for.
Yeah, so those two games are both pretty big. The second one, Tottenham-Manchester City, is on Sunday at 5:30. And one more thing before we go. The Jam Bites podcast, which some of you may know, they're on SoundCloud, attempted to roast us, but failed miserably. And I do want to say that anything they say about us, or just about anything in general, cannot be taken seriously.
Especially
when three dumb guys at a school that are 13, 14, 15, whatever, between those ages, have a Wix site. How can you be professional with a Wix site? Yeah, you have to code the website yourself to prove your intellectual knowledge. What's your opinion on this, Thiago?
I find it actually miserable, even though it was a noble attempt to roast us. I mean, if you have a weak site, like, don't come at us.
And why are they talking about bombing China? I mean, like,
yeah,
come
they
on.
talked about nuking China.
Like, yes, they have corona, but what's the worst thing that'll happen? What? Like,
a nuke. That's the worst thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, the nuke.
I mean, it's the jam bites. We can't really take them seriously, but in reality,
that's just all. That's all.
That's all we have to say, honestly.
Oh, and one more thing. They said that we make unoriginal content talking about soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. But they are talking about anything happening in the world. They can literally pick
or hypothetical situations like nuking China.
They can literally choose any single thing they want to talk about, whilst we actually have a defined topic and are discussing something that actually matters in the world. Unlike nuking China. So yeah. But on a serious note, go subscribe to them if you
want to have
if you want to make fun of them. And yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.